The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
Well, welcome to today's video and to my virtual campfire. Alan Warren here, the RV Wingman. And today's subject, I've been wanting to talk about it for a while, and I received a voicemail recently. I said, you know what? That's it. I need to bring this subject up again. I hope that you will give me permission. Cut me a little bit of slack, because I'm going to be maybe come across as sarcastic and a little bit ugly in today's video. I'm not making any kind of a personal attack. I'm just making an observation and trying to be as honest as I can. I want to talk about the R word, responsibility, and the E word, excuses. I've often heard that that an excuse is the skin of a reason stuffed with a lie. Think about that. The skin of a reason stuffed with a lie. We all have excuses. It's, I've said many times, it's kind of like having a deck of cards. When you're playing a card game with somebody, there's a wild card, right? And you hope you draw the wild card and you're able to use it to get an advantage over your opponent, maybe even win the game. And so, if twos are wild, well, only twos are wild. But what if twos instead of cards? What if the wild card, was an excuse? Well, I'm too old, or I'm too young, or it was an excuse for non-performance. I think that we in the RV community and everywhere in our country, we have given too many people too many wild cards, and anything goes. And so now, instead of just twos being wild, every card in the deck is wild. You got an excuse? A reason for not taking care of your RV maintenance? A reason you didn't show up on time? A reason for not keeping your word? There's a million reasons. When I was a young man, I really idolized and looked up to my uncle. He was went to the Naval Academy, and he was a big-time officer in the military. And I asked him when I was a young man, I said, so what's the secret? Give me some wisdom. And he was a man of few words, very, very smart. And he said, do what you say you're going to do. Okay, well, what else? That's it. So what are you talking about? He goes, do what you say you're going to do, no matter what. And it's harder than it sounds. At least it is for me. I try to be very cautious about what I say and what I promise. And the words I use don't always come across the way that I hope that they do. But keep your word. Do what you say you're going to do. Be responsible. I mentioned the R word. Many RV buyers, they are so irresponsible, but nobody thinks they are. I want to tell you about the RV Dealers I Trust network and what it isn't. It isn't a place for me to, metaphorically hold your hand through the buying process and help you figure out things in your life. I can't do that. You have to assess where you are. If you have come to the point where you go, I'm looking for a Class C, or I'm looking for a fifth wheel, I'm looking for a travel trailer, I'm looking for something, and you know what you want, I can help connect you with people that I know in the RV business, people that I trust. But I simply cannot do all the homework for you. Because if I do, guess what? When you fail, and if you don't do your homework, you're probably going to fail. Guess who's going to get the blame for it? It ain't my fault. Do your homework. Too many people say, oh, I've done all my homework, let me go ahead and sign. And they end up like, what in the world did I get into? I'm going to play a voicemail here in a second, then I'm going to tell you a story about an ex-employee that I had that had every excuse in the world. He was a good guy, but he used every excuse in the world, and finally it got so much that I couldn't have him work for me. But listen to this voicemail, and you tell me how you would respond. Again, I'm not trying to be ugly or sarcastic.
Good morning. My name is Bill. I'm calling you from Mississippi. The only two main RV dealers I have to deal with around here is Camping World and Camper Corral. Camping World, I'm very leery of to start with. They operate very shady all over, I think. But Camper Corral seems to be more honest, but their prices seem to be a lot higher. I'm your age, I'm 68, fixing to be 69, and I'm fixing to undergo a complete hip replacement. So getting around is going to be, somewhat awkward for a while. It's just me and a large dog that will be using a motorhome. I'm interested, I think, in a Class C. I'm just not sure. I could do a full behind. I have a Ram 1500 pickup that I could outfit to pull a nice trailer, but I'm concerned about hooking it up and so forth with my disabilities. But anyway, I was wondering what brands would have like a fiberglass roof on them instead of a rubber roof. I don't want to deal with the leaks and stuff I hear from rubber roofs. If you could respond, my email is Bill.
Okay, we're going to cut it off right there. A couple of things. Again, I said I hope I don't come across as ugly, but I'm going to tell the truth. There's this thing called the internet. Here comes the sarcasm. This thing called the internet. And if you will check what kind of roofing material are RVs made, do the manufacturers use? You can find it on your own. You want me to go and do your homework when there's that thing called the internet that can answer your questions, but you got to be smart enough to figure out, how do I ask that question? Have you ever used ChatGPT? I played around with it some, and I have found that if I don't ask the question in the proper way, I don't get the answer to the thing I'm seeking. So you got to know how to ask the right question. But my question for Bill, or for you, is do you think if you were going to undergo a major surgery and you were traveling by yourself, is now a good time to look at buying an RV? And maybe he's not going to buy for a year or two. Doesn't know if he wants this kind or this kind. Maybe he should rent. What do you think he should do? I think he is a perfect candidate to walk into an RV dealer. If he's got credit, he can get his face ripped off by an unscrupulous dealer. He's going to be laid up for months. How's he going to do everything on his own? Is he going to have his dog help him? Again, I'm not trying to be ugly, but we have to be responsible for our actions. Going back to doing what you say you're going to do. The people, the RV dealers that I work with, they do what they say they're going to do. And if they don't, if for some reason they drop the ball, guess what? They will own it. You may not like that, but I believe that when somebody does drop the ball, that them saying, hey, I screwed up and we're going to make it right. Realizing, understanding, accepting the responsibility and not making excuses is so critically important today more than ever. So here's my employee story. I had this guy, and he's passed away now, but he was a good guy, very talented, very creative. However, he had a terrible marriage. He had a severely disabled child. He had bad hands, his joints hurt, his back was always hurt. And it was like I would have a few hours during the week when he would be just, humming. And the rest of the time he was late, his car broke down, the kid was this, his wife was that, and he had every excuse in the book. And I want to cut people slack. I believe most of us are tolerant. We want to cut people slack. But going back to my analogy of the cards, it seemed like every card he got dealt. I got 5 aces, got a royal flush. I got everything, every single hand. You have to accept the cards that we have been dealt. Bill, you've got to undergo surgery. You've got to, you have this dream. You want to get an RV. Well, understand that it may not be the right time for you. Maybe you need to do a little bit more homework. Maybe you need to use the internet. I'm just one old man, one resource that you can listen to or not. But if you have made your decision, you know what? I want a bumper pull. You want a good one? You want a dealer who will treat you right? If price is your only concern, that's it. I want the cheapest price I can get. And I don't think people want that. If price is all you want, my dealers may not be the best choice for you. I think people want a good price, a fair price, but they want more than that. They want to buy a damn good trailer from a damn good dealer, and somebody is going to take care of them. And go back to what my uncle told me, the advice, do what you say you're going to do. Keep your word. So hopefully some of this resonated with you. Bill, I'm not yelling at you, and I say things and do things that are pretty stupid. Just ask my wife, I do it all the time. But I'm trying to be honest here around this virtual campfire. and suggest that we all own what we do, own our decisions, and we slow down. We stop making excuses. We stop expecting other people to, understand every excuse. My kid, my dog, my back, my car, it's too late. Can we do it next time? And procrastinating. If you don't take care of your RV, it's going to break on you. Guess what? If you take care of your RV, it's going to break on you. Just not as often. So be responsible. Know what you're getting into. RVing, I love it. Millions of people do, but it ain't for everybody. And it's probably not for somebody that's coming out of a major surgery that's going to have months and months of rehab. So some things to think about. Let me know what you think of the subject. Do you think I was too hard today? It's okay. I can come across as brash and insensitive, but that is not my intent. So again, we're relaunching the RV Show USA beginning in October. I'm super excited about it. It'll be airing on great radio stations from coast to coast and, of course, on all the podcasting platforms. And then we'll have a video version of the show also that will air here on YouTube. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it on social media with your family and friends and folks who love to camp and RV. And I am Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. I'll see you next time.